Hi, and welcome to the flute instrument care and assembly video. When you assemble your flute, we're going to make sure that the top of the instrument case is facing up before we open it. Flip up your latches or slide them if you have slider latches. Take out your head joint, that's the part that we play the flute with, and hold it by the smooth part. Never grab it by the lip plate because you can actually rip this off. Grab the body of the flute, that's the biggest part. Also grabbing by the smooth part. We don't want to ever grab by the keys because we can bend and break them. Holding by smooth part and smooth part, twist them together and look down the flute. You have just a few keys on one side and the majority of your keys are on the top. Find your first key, again holding by the smooth parts. Look down and make sure the tone hole in your embouchure plate is lined up with your first key. Next, grab your foot joint. Your foot joint has the part where we have the keys, and then it has a button, one single button. You also have two buttons, or in my case, I have 3 buttons. Put your thumb on the one button pointing away from you, so it's kind of like a video game controller or a remote control. Holding by the smooth part, twist them together. You should be twisting, pushing outwards away from you. So I like to hold with my left hand on the one button and holding the body and head joint still. My thumb is facing towards me. I twist it away from me so that I'm not pulling back on these keys on the foot joint. And then we're going to line it up by having this rod in the foot joint line up with the center of the last key. Some people think that when they're initially assembling that we line up all of the rods together. That's actually not how the flute goes. If you miss lining up, continue turning it the same direction that we were doing before we assembled, making the rod line up with the center of the last key. That's all you need to assemble your instrument. You should never use any greases or oils on a flute. Even if they came with it, don't use them. Throw them away because they are actually very bad for your instrument. Never use any grease or oil. A repair person would do this. The next thing we're going to learn how to do is to disassemble the instrument and how to clean it out. When you disassemble your instrument, you're going to do the exact same way when you were assembling it. We only want to grab by the smooth parts to pull off the head joint, twist it out gently, set it into your case. Grabbing by the smooth part and our thumb on the one individual key, twist that away from you so that we're not pulling back on those foot joint keys, and put them into your case. Don't close your case yet because you need to clean out your flute. You're going to take your cleaning rod. Sometimes it's metal, sometimes it's plastic, and sometimes it's wood. It doesn't matter what material yours is made out of as long as you have one. And then take your silk swab. They come in all sorts of different colors. We never use the cotton ones because the fibers come off onto your instrument keys and ruin them. We don't use the yellow chamois. They're kind of like a spongy-like material because those get stuck inside of your instruments. Always use a silk one. It does not have fibers that will fly off. And put it through the hole and then wrap it and cover the stick. And taking each piece separately, again, we're going to start with the head joint, not grabbing by the lip plate. Put it inside and clean out. Go through the body of your flute, push it through. If you feel like you need to do it a second time because there's still moisture inside, you can. Put it through the foot joint, and then you're done. Put it inside of your case, making sure that it's in all of the spaces properly, and shut it. If it does not shut easily, it means that you have something in the wrong spot. We always store our silk swabs separately, so if you don't have a leather case on the outside of your case like I do, then you can put your cleaning rod in its spot, and then just gently set your silk swab across the top of your instrument. We don't want to store it inside of it because the moisture inside of that can stay next to the pads and it's not good for them. That is our beginning flute maintenance and instrument assembly.